Maignan, Theo Hernández, Reijnders, Leão. Everyone wants out. Everyone wants out from this Milan. Nobody wants to stay in this club anymore. Why just them and not why Loftus-Cheek, Chukwueze, Emerson Royal? Because they don't have market. That's the reality. They don't have. Maybe they don't have many requests. It will be interesting to see with Pulisic, but I don't think the club, it's a no. Pulisic no, because he's a good player. So no. What about I mean, now that you have a new coach like Allegri, and now you have a sport director, anybody right in the mind will never say, okay, sell Tijjani Reijnders, sell Mike Maignan. I can understand more Leão, even though he's our best player, but we built the sportive project around Rafa for the last 5 years. Things didn't really work. Maybe there is something behind that we don't see in the preparation, in the mentality, in this and that. So, if you want to really do a big cash out, just sell Rafa. But why would you sell Mike Maignan, Reijnders, Theo Hernández? Well, as always, this is my opinion since the beginning. I am 100% sure that these players, they wanted to stay in Milan. All of them. They wanted to stay in Milan. Reijnders just renew. And Mike and Theo, because Rafa, I think he has a contract until 2026. But Mike and Theo, they probably also wanted to stay here. They want to have a nice contract, 7-8 million. Then this contract that they offered, it was maybe 3 and 4, 4.5, I don't know, maybe maximum 5. And they were like, this is something not good for us. So here is the options. Now we're going to let them arrive at the end of the contract, so we're going to lose them for free, as happened already with Donnarumma, with KC, I guess with Çalhanoğlu and so on. So the same mistakes that Paolo Maldini did, or we're going to try to sell them anyway. And the thing is, for example, now Reijnders, it was, let's call it a good sales, if we can say, look, so most goal in a season by AC Milan midfielder, Kaká in 25, in 05, 06, 19, Tijjani Reijnders in 24, 25. Look at the most goal by midfielder in the last 2 Serie A seasons. Highest carry distance, Tijjani Reijnders, even above Barella, Guendouzi and Çalhanoğlu. Most successful dribbles, 71 from Tijjani Reijnders, and now you have only 3 dribbles below Samardžić. It is, and the list goes on. No coach, sport director, nobody that understands about football will ever sell a player like this, right? If there is a sport project, you will not sell that. Mike Maignan, I don't have the stats now, but again, like, how can you sell Mike Maignan? It's if it's a sport project, we know he want to stay here. He's probably one of the best goalkeeper in the world. He's a French national team. He want to stay in Milan as well, but the club doesn't respect him, so it's like, I'm out of here. Maybe he hurt way too much this season, so I fully understand with Mike, and he doesn't want to stay in this mess, and I fully agree with him, because he has to look after himself, his family, his career as well. And right now, unless there is a great financial help, of course I'm not going to stay in this mess, because people talks, they say that maybe in the beginning of last year that we were going to find a solution. They didn't find, and now Mike has to go. And Chelsea knows this, because Chelsea knows that Mike wants to leave. Maybe they already have the yes from the player, and they're not offering 60 or 70 millions, because they know nobody's going to offer those money, because Milan has to sell Mike Maignan by the end of this summer transfer market. Because if they don't sell it this season, they're going to lose it for free next year. So that is, they messed up. They messed up big time. They truly messed up big time. We will see what's going to happen with Theo Hernández, but Theo Hernández has the same situation of Mike Maignan, and we will see with Rafael Leão. This is, everyone wants to leave. Milan is literally accepting any offer for anybody. But now, first of all, you need to sell the big names. And this is lead me to think something that, as you guys know, I'm always thinking a little bit forward, thinking why they are selling everyone, why they are not keeping anyone. But first of all, because, in my opinion, because there is not really a sport project behind Milan, because that's not the priority. Ok, numero uno. And numero dos, they might start to sell these players and they are cashing out before leaving. That could be an answer. Why will you sell your best? Because all these 4 players, they all are investment from the past. TG just 2 years, but the others from the last 4 or 5 years. But they are thinking about the value of the player on the mercato. And probably they are selling their best players because they're cashing out before leaving. Because just remember also, guys, that they are what is called, they are maximize the profit. RedBird best shot at a huge return of investment comes from selling top assets, not lifting trophies. Not lifting trophies. That's a good sentence right there. Yeah, because also I'm just watching some numbers now, because just remember the RedBird, first of all, it's not a family, it's a fund. Okay, RedBird Capital is a private equity investment firm. It's not a passionate family ownership like the Laurentis, like the Frederick at Roma. The fund's logic operate to buy low, grow assets, and cash out at peak value. Make a lot of sense what I'm saying, right? So that's how they manage their investments, the sport media, infrastructure, and so on. In the moment that they will realize that San Siro, it's a no-go, RedBird, it doesn't have anything to do in Milan. Elliott probably already see that they already milk the cow so much that they saw that this project is not going to go furthermore. So what are they going to do? The timeline, it's pretty much now maintain financial discipline, keep costs low, bet on young players, promote sustainability and the club as a club new identity, and boom, summer 2025 or summer 2026 with reduced cost, stadium plan on track, and accounts in order, prepare for a resale of the club at a high valuation, and exit at peak value before squad rebuild comes necessary again. It makes all sense, right? It makes perfect sense. So the only thing, that I am personally afraid is how long is going to be this transition, because I know the San Siro we're going to have already an answer by this autumn. This fall we're going to already know something. If it's a go, it's a no go. Eventually, if Milan if that doesn't go in San Siro, rebuild the San Siro project, they're going to build in San Donato. They're going to probably start building a stadium. I don't know about that. Honestly, I still have to think about what's going to be the plan afterwards. But after selling, now they're going to prepare, maybe they're going to sell the big pieces, the big guns, and then later on, they're going to reinvest all their money into new talents, into in a new team where here Ilitare and Max Allegri, they will come up. Because I don't think that right now neither Tare or Allegri, they actually have power of decision. Because if they have power of decision, they will be never selling TG, Mike, Theo, and so on. Okay? Simple as that. That's my view. So what I'm trying to do, then trying to recovering the costs, maximize the profit, and then rebuild with new talents. Maybe in the 2025 with the stadium on the way, Milan back in the Champions League spot, Milan in a good position also financially, and with new talents in the team, that's when they're going to sell it. That's when they're going to sell it again. They're going to, again, sell it at the highest point. And that's a perfect time for them to exit. And in my opinion, if all the rumors are right about players leaving, we might be already on the right track. That's just all thoughts, guys. Let me know, what do you think about this? I know it's a very long shot, but if you stop looking at the sport direction, you start understanding that maybe they are actually, these kind of thoughts can make sense. A big cash out before leaving. This is money that they're going to put in their pocket. They're not going to reinvest in the project because they already have money to invest in the project. It's just they don't want to. You're a believer. Let me know what do you think. Ciao.